Hello, bonjour, Calgary. Did you know that at least 238,000 people speak Français in Alberta and that 90,000 live right here in Calgary? Oui, oui, c'est vrai. It's true. And now, thanks to Shaw Community Access Programming, we get to reach out to everyone to let you know all about our special people, places, events, and activities happening in this fair city in both English and en français. That's right, mes amis. We begin the first part of our program in English and then we repeat it en français. So stay with us. Hello, my name is Anne Boiteau, and today we're joined by Erwan Goasdoué, who is the program coordinator for Connexion Carrière, Career Connection, and also by Kaesy Russnak, who is the project officer for one program, which is Emploi. How do we translate Emploi?
Connections to the workplace.
Connection to the workplace. Very good. Let's start with Erwan. And Erwan, can you tell us a little bit about Connexion Carrière and what you do there and what services are offered?
Yeah, of course. So Connexion Carrière is an employment center for francophones. So our mission is to help French-speaking Calgarians to find work in Calgary. So we are a provincial funded program. So Alberta is funding our program, and we are running since June 2008 as Connexion Carrière. So we are housed by Beauvalet College, and we offer all those services for free for the francophones. So the services include information services. We provide informations on the marketplace and anything that would be relevant to the workplace of Calgary. We provide consulting services for people who want to have some advice on their resume or simple chat about what they should do with their work search. And we can go a little bit deeper with some clients that needs a little bit more support. And we can do one-on-one coaching and do career planning and work in details with them on all the work search they need to do.
Mm-hmm. Preparing them for interviews, maybe what kind of questions they might be asked if they go on an interview, that sort of thing as well?
Yeah, we can do that one-on-one with a career coach, or we can do it as well in a group setting. We can facilitate workshops. We do that several times a week.
What kind of workshops do you have?
So the main ones would be job search techniques. It's sometimes we just limit ourselves to think of the job search as just doing my resume and give it to an employer. I think an efficient work search needs to be way larger than that. It must include networking, it must include social media, getting out and meeting people. It's not just anymore about just a resume. It's who you know and how you connect with them that is important.
So not just the 20% that you see advertised, but the hidden 80%.
That's right. It's not very hidden, it's just hard to get there. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. And Kaesy, the Connection in the Workplace program that you work with, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. It's an exciting program we run with usually about 15 to 16 youth, which for the term of this program is between 18 and 30 years old. They're new graduates that come from a variety of different institutions. So Bow Valley College might be one of them, the university, Mount Royal, SAIT, and external from the province as well. It's open to francophones and anglophones, and of course our bilingual participants as well. And what we do is, depending on the nature of somebody's field of study, we'll go out and we'll actually find an employment experience for them, a work experience that's paid for a 12-week period with an employer within their field of study. So really giving them that connection to the workplace, that real first link to their field of study and that real tangible experience that they can use to leverage down the road, really getting a foothold within their career.
Are those paid internships or not?
Yes, yeah, they're a paid internship where we have a base salary that we provide to help facilitate the work experience, and of course the participant is paid part of that funding as well. So, and the federal government is the one that supports that. So it's kind of an adjunct to some of the services provided at Connexion Carrière.
And there's a limit to how many young adults you can help, or no?
We do about, this year we're going to be doing 16 from April 2013 to April 2014, which is one more than we did last year. So we're kind of seeing a little bit of an increase from demand, so that's nice. And but there is a limit. 16 will be the maximum we'll do this year. So.
Okay. And do you follow them throughout their internship? Do
we
you
do.
support them in other ways?
We do some site visits. We make sure that things are working well for them, making sure that they can find that foothold that the intention of the program is about. So we'll follow them for that 12-week period, support them through that, and then at the end, hopefully they can make a positive outcome in terms of getting that foothold in the labor market. Or maybe deciding that wasn't the right experience and they need to really look at something more appropriate for their needs and their likes.
Ah, very nice, very good. And Erwan, how many people come through your or want services from the Connexion Carrière?
Well, if we speak figures, so we're a team of 7, so it's not a huge team, but it's still 7 people here to help the Francophone community. Since we opened, we've provided over 40,000 services, can it be? So people pushing the door, critiquing resume, access to computers, looking at the job boards and so on. So that's a lot of services altogether. Roughly it's 500 newcomers every year that comes and use our services.
And how do they get referred to you? How do they find out about Connexion Carrière?
We try to measure that by asking them when they register the first time, and it's lots of word of mouth, lots of connection with the community, and lots of people that tell them, hey, you're looking for work, go try that here. And usually we have a very high satisfaction rate. People are very happy with our services. Sometimes they don't know what they're going to get. They might think that it's just a resume critique, but I think we try to go way after that. I don't know what would be the right way past that, and we provide them with services and understanding of the work search, how it is efficient and how they should work within their work search. So they tend to be very happy, and happy people tend to let other people around know. So. And
do people come back to tell you, oh, I found a job and thank you, and
yes,
you know,
is
that one of the measures that the provincial government asks you to check on?
They don't ask us to count the points, but on a monthly basis we tell them what we've done, and yes, each time, and we have quite a few success stories that we could talk about. Yeah.
And do you also offer language classes for those who might require a refresher, or are not perfectly bilingual when they come to Alberta?
Yeah, it's true that one of the main barriers for employment today for our clients is the language. And originally we didn't have that component in our program, but the provincial government listened to our needs, and they allowed us to provide a daily 3-hour communication courses in English. So it's for everyone that comes to our center. They can learn English, develop their English skills, mainly related to employment. It's employment communication. It's not really a classroom setting. It's lots of exercise, lots of practical exercise to help you use the word you would use in your work environment later.
Okay, so if, for example, you have somebody who would like to be placed as a nurse somewhere, comes from another province, has all the credentials and everything else, but doesn't quite have the English nursing terminology, then you would help that person along in the
That's right. Our facilitator will develop exercise and situations where she can practice. Can it be written or verbal exercise, so that she can find the rhythm and speak fluently enough so that she can get the foot in the door and get to work.
And what kind of services are the most in demand? Excuse me. The most in demand.
Very often it is the resume critique, because it is very important to have a good tool. So the resume comes first, the need for English classes comes second, and more we see a demand for people to develop their social media persona, so that to make sure that they have the right LinkedIn profile or Facebook page or what they should do on the computer, and we provide lots of support for to make sure you can optimize your LinkedIn profile and so on.
And what about age groups? Like, do you see a lot of, for example, I don't know, I would say between 30 and 50? Is that your main clientele at Connexion Carrière?
Yeah, I'd say between 25 and 40. That's the bulk. We don't have too young people. We have lots of people coming from France on a temporary working permit, and they tend to be between 20 and 25. But otherwise, it's 25 to 40 is the large market. Yeah.
And Kaesy, in your program, what is the most difficult hurdle for a young adult who goes in for an internship? Like, what do they find the most difficult?
I think a lot of times it's maybe just having that communication in the workplace with their employer, how to solve problems, how to communicate solutions, and really even sometimes getting that first interview out of the way. How do they perform effectively in that interview to show that person that they maybe don't have the experience quite yet, but they have the qualifications and the skills. So again, we try to leverage some of the services at Connexion Carrière to help prepare them, give them some good strategies so that when they go into that first interview, they can impress the employer and activate that work experience. And of course, we try to help them as best possible to do that.
And how long ahead do they come before their internship? How long is the preparation?
Well, it's variable, and I mean, there's different degrees of preparation. Some folks come to us so that they are fully prepared and they're ready to go, and you kind of have a different way of finding a work experience for them. Others have a little bit more preparation or searching that's involved with that. So it's variable. It's really based on a case-by-case basis, but that's kind of the nature of the program. We work on a case-by-case basis, and it's kind of the richness of it is we allow to really have a wide scope of opportunity there.
And where is the concentration of the internships?
I think probably primarily in some of our frontline administrative type positions, accounting positions. We have some finance, more kind of business orientated type positions. So it's still a wide enough scope that provides good opportunity for different types of credentials.
Mostly oil and gas corporations who need these young people?
Small, medium businesses is kind of our primary target. They seem to be growing in Alberta, and they need more human resources. So we try to connect them with some of the energetic, motivated young people that are going to be the future of the workforce. So it's a good way that way for small, medium businesses to tag on to that program and get a little bit of wage support at the same time and connect with a young person.
And for the businesses, is it a one-time only kind of deal, or can they reapply every year, or after 12 weeks can they get another intern, or how does that work?
They can work with potentially different youth, but one youth can only participate in the Connection to the Workplace, or what the government calls career focus program, once in a lifetime, essentially. You have one opportunity to participate in that. But the employer can bring in multiple youth if they have a need to do that. But of course, each one would have a 12-week commitment, a separate 12-week commitment there.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good opportunity
for small and medium-sized businesses. It could be really useful.
Absolutely.
For them, a good way to go.
Yeah.
So, well, I thank you very much for joining us today and explaining your programs to us. And I hope that people know your website is up there, and you're located in the Bow Valley College
No, we are
downtown?
off campus. We are downtown, but we're off campus, and our address will be provided on the website.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Et nous continuons en français.